Yeah,
Welcome. This is the Sus-essful podcast or the Sus Pod. I am one of your co-hosts, Brennan Mendoza. I might be called B or B Dog.
my name is Joseph. You can also call me JT. And we're pretty much just two best friends who met a while ago. I don't know exactly how long. We
Like
knew
high
of each
school
other
and
in like high school, and then we got really close in junior college and college. Spent so many countless nights, hours on the mic and on the video games, and we just thought it would be pretty cool to just start our own podcast together. We've been working on this for a while, so this is our first official episode. And yeah, we found our niche, which is sports and sports betting, because that's two things we're both passionate about or very interested in right now. So yeah, some people call it a
yeah,
problem. I don't think it's a problem. It's definitely a
yeah. As long
passion
as
of
you're winning,
both of ours. Yeah.
and gamble responsibly as always. We will do like comedy stuff too, but mostly a lot of sports right now. Um, so one thing I don't know if you want to start about gambling and sports.
Oh yeah. Speaking of gambling and sports gambling, um, we want to talk about what happened with Calvin Ridley. I think it's something very intriguing to go over. The guy was just trying to get his money, man. The guy was just trying to get his money. What do you think?
And I think the NFL is like pick and choose when to do integrity and when to not. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's one thing to bet against your team. Bet
yeah,
against your
I
team,
understand.
jail life. He bet on his team on like an 18 parlay.
Yeah,
Um, not really. It's the Falcons. It's not like there's really insider trading or anything like that. And the NFL's sports are changing. They're partnering with like companies like DraftKings or things like that. A lot of sports betting companies.
slowly becoming legal in more
Exactly. And you
states.
hear you hear on TNT, Chuck and Shaq, all them. They're doing the same thing in the NBA, talking about bets, or you know what I mean.
Hmm.
That's just the way it's coming. How popular it's going state and state. It's going over. A year suspension is crazy to me, like
Yeah,
criminal.
I was gonna say
Um,
like he knew like he was in the wrong, and like because this has been a rule for forever, right?
yeah,
But but the suspension they threw on him was kind of harsh for that.
yeah.
For sports gambling, like come on.
I think boxers and all them, they could bet on themselves, I'm sure.
Really?
Um,
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
I think as long as you just don't bet against yourself. But that's the thing though, they probably just don't want to deal with monitoring that with like who's betting against them, who's betting, with them. But a year is crazy, especially for like domestic violent charges that people get arrested for, or um like what Ray Rice get, like 2 games.
I don't remember. Yeah,
It's crazy to me.
so if he had, like, say he had his boy, like say I had you go for me to the casino and place a bet, do you think they would have found out? Like
No,
the
I think he
casino probably
placed
wouldn't have
it.
found out,
I
right?
think he placed it
Yeah, this was
through
on
his
DraftKings.
phone.
It was
Yeah,
on
on DraftKings
DraftKings, but
app.
like I'm saying, if he was smarter about it and like say you sent someone to do it for you
Yeah,
at the
100%. If
casino,
I was
like
in the NFL, which I could be, and I sent you to place a bet for me and gave you the money, as
there's
long as
less
like
chance
you
of you getting caught,
way
because the
less, way less chance.
casino's like, oh, this random dude is just coming in to place a bet. Like he's not gonna
Yeah,
track who
I
you're
mean,
friends with or whatever.
there's always like NFL players, like OBJ has like people I follow that are his best friends, and they'll place big bets. Or Drake, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
your friends could, you could place bets for your guys. Or that's just a year is crazy, especially Atlanta. Their receiving core, I don't even know who's left. Russell Gage is left. Julio was already. I mean, Julio was gone, and it was like Calvin Ridley, and then Russell Gage. Now Russell Gage is signed.
See
Um,
Kyle Pitts by himself.
I had him last year in
I'm
fantasy.
about to,
That boy about to
I
get
tried to get him.
fed.
I tried to get him.
Um, but yeah, with the NFL, free agency has been pretty crazy, and just I guess the trades too. Um,
Yeah.
AFC West is low key a gauntlet now. I feel
It's
bad for
yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
don't, but
Yeah, so I'm a Raider fan. So it's pretty, like, as it is, just seeing everyone making moves, and the moves they made was pretty scary in itself. But then seeing us not make any moves, it makes
yeah,
it even
I agree.
worse.
Because like even the Chiefs, okay, Tyrann Matthews, they signed Justin Reed, Eric Reed's brother from the Texans. He's a stud. He's like a young, like they replaced Tyrann Mathieu. He was old,
Mm-hmm.
getting older. I still think he's good, but they replaced him. I heard they're in the rumors for Jarvis Landry now that he got cut. Their offense is still going to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense, they're losing a little bit of pieces, but they're upgrading. The Chargers went full.
The Chargers
know,
went. That's just
and
typical
now-
LA teams. Just
Yeah, they probably saw the Rams just, that's what the Rams have been like, not really getting draft picks. Like they don't care about the draft picks. They can land free agents and make trades. The Chargers signed 2 defensive tackles and they got Khalil Mack. I don't think they're done yet either. Plus, the draft's coming up. It's not even like they gave up a lot for Khalil Mack either.
Yeah. It's wild. And then the Broncos got Russell Wilson and who else did they get? They got Randy Gregory today.
Yeah, Randy Gregory. I feel like they got somebody else. Am I crazy? But that was their biggest need. I mean, everyone knew Denver had a okay defense. Like they have a good defense.
Yeah.
They were just quarterback position. They have receivers. They just got to get healthy.
Game. Yeah,
exactly. And then the Raiders just not really making moves.
The only thing
lost
the Raiders
receiver.
Are happy about is like extending Max Crosby, and then I heard we're working on Carr and Renfro. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, bright future ahead of Renfro. But yeah, even Deshaun Watson news, pretty crazy too. I guess right now they approved the Browns, the Colts, and who's the third team?
The Saints.
The Saints. No. They approved.
Yeah.
They approved all 3 of them. I think the trade packages are good enough. It's just up to him, I guess now. Is what I've seen. Which is kind of crazy. I don't even know who I'd want to go to if I was him.
No, I thought it was the Browns, Panthers, and Saints. Or is it the Colts?
Colts. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Browns, Panthers, Saints.
Yeah, Browns, Panthers, Saints. I don't know. I don't know what team would suit him best. I mean, Browns have a good D, pretty good offense. It's just the Browns though. It's like putting your face. And then if he gets traded, he'll probably sign a new contract.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with the Saints or the Panthers. I mean, unless you're giving up like a Michael Thomas, then you're not really gonna have anyone to throw to.
Yeah, I think Saints make sense. As long as they get everyone back healthy. They lost Sean Payton though, so that's what they need to. If they had an elite quarterback, they'd be dangerous. That division though with Tampa, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, kind of wish. I don't know. I kind of wish more teams were aggressive on Deshaun. And kind of feel like
for sure.
They're better contenders that should go after him. I mean, the Niners is a weird situation though too. With like, I think our team they can make a run like we've seen. We just needed an elite quarterback. I mean, I don't want to put all the blame on Jimmy, but you could tell like if we had a top 10 or top even 6, 7 quarterback like Deshaun,
who didn't make a mistake every game.
Exactly. It is crazy. Like we like Niner fans would convince themselves once Jimmy G threw a pick, he'd play better, which is nuts. But yeah, it's kind of weird though with the Trey Lance. Like there are a lot of potential, but he's so raw and young. And like, is he ready to lead this team to like a Super Bowl? I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of wish they were aggressive with that. But like we gave up all our first round picks, so I don't think we could have got him unless we gave up Trey Lance. Other teams too, I don't know. I just feel like there's better, more contender teams that could go for Deshaun, but like the Panthers, he goes there. They'd probably trade McCaffrey.
That would be wild.
But yeah, we can move on. Your final guess on where he goes?
It's got to be. I don't think it's the Browns, so the Saints or Panthers, but I guess I'll go with the Saints.
I was also gonna go Saints.
Yeah.
I just think it makes sense if Michael Thomas comes back and they got other receivers and they got a running game. Defense is solid.
Yep.
Rodgers re-signed. Feel bad for Bears fans.
Rodgers re-signed. It was like 4 years, $200 million or something.
Yeah, finally got paid, which is weird. I don't know. Like I didn't see him leaving, but Like when people were saying like Denver, I just couldn't picture him in Denver. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
The only teams I pictured him going to were like maybe forcing the Niners, maybe forcing, I don't know, Tampa Bay if Brady didn't come back.
I don't think he would want to be the next or like riding off Brady's team. I feel like.
That's what I'm saying. So I guess
But,
I don't know why. I don't know. I just didn't think he would re-sign with the Packers. Just didn't make sense.
yeah. So that kind of caused, in my opinion, some conflict with Devontae Adams, who they're trying to work out a long-term deal with, because originally they wanted to franchise tag him, which I think is disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then after he declined that, they offered him supposedly 23 mil a year, and he declined that.
Was it for a 1 year?
No, I'm
Or
not
was the
sure. It
franchise
said per year, so
okay?
but
That's weird because
yes,
it just doesn't feel right him not playing with Rodgers if Rodgers is staying.
yeah. So
But
I don't know
guess
what's
this
gonna
is the
happen
final
there.
dance. I know. Don't even say Raiders.
I gotta. Hey, you're saying there's a chance? I
Yeah.
gotta be hopeful.
But I feel like he already played with Carr and he already knows how bad he is.
Oh my god, he's not terrible. He's not elite, but he's good.
Yeah, moving on. Do you think Devontae will stay or what other teams make sense?
Besides the Raiders,
Like could afford Raiders, Packers,
uh,
Jets.
Saints.
Saints.
I
That'd be
don't know
crazy.
who. I don't know who's willing to spend or to
That's what I'm saying.
pay,
They're gonna have to. I don't know.
or
The
who has the
Jags
cap room.
didn't offer him a little more of Christian Kirk's deal.
Man,
That's crazy. That is
and Zay
crazy to me.
Jones.
That's what I'm saying. Zay Jones,
I
I didn't
read
even think that
a
was
I
that
read a
good.
tweet that they spent like 150 mil on the past two free agencies on receivers
That's
and tight
gross.
ends. I'm
That's
like, what
gross.
the hell?
A lot of their signings, I don't know if I love either too.
If I'm Trevor
Because
Lawrence, I wouldn't love it either.
that's what I'm saying. And like, if those players aren't what they paid, it's going to set them back even more.
Yeah,
They're
for
going to be in
sure.
cap problems. They're not going to be able to get rid of those
Mhm.
contracts. Like no one's going to take Christian Kirk off your hands for 20 million a year.
Yeah, and they had pretty good receivers as it was. I feel like Laviska Shenault. They had,
Yeah,
I mean, DJ Shark. Obviously,
yeah.
he went to free agency.
Um,
Didn't they have Marvin Jones?
yeah. But the thing that confused me was I saw today that they cut Miles Jack, who led them in tackles.
Because they were spending or they spent a lot, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I guess
like, I guess, but he's a
I don't know.
really good linebacker. He was
Yeah, I agree.
their best, probably best, one of their best players on D. And they cut him and they signed these scrubs, and I just don't get it.
I don't
But
know,
yeah,
man.
so we're the NFL. Some franchises aren't it. They hired a Urban Meyer. Like we all knew that wasn't going to work out. Like just some franchises aren't like the rest. Lastly, I think to talk about Brady return.
Yes, yeah. So that was a big thing this week. It actually happened after Selection Sunday. After the bracket was announced, Brady put out his that he's coming back.
One thing I want to say about that, and I think this is low key a big reason or like a big step. I don't know if I know you don't pay attention to soccer, but did you see him at the Manchester United game? Or I don't know if you saw on Twitter. So he went to England with his family, I think his kids, and then they hosted him at the game and like, showed him everything, had him take pictures of the players before the game. And then he watched the game. Man United, they're like a top 4 team in the Prem. They played Tottenham, which is another top 6 team, good team. A big game. And Ronaldo hasn't been playing because like there's been like controversy and issues and like faking an injury, blah, blah, blah. So he finally plays this game. And to start the game off, he hits an absolute banger from like 40 yards out. Then he scores another. Then it's 1-1. Then he scores another goal. And
Mm-hmm.
then Man United, one of their defenders asked Harry Maguire. He let in an own goal. Then it's 2-2. Then he hits a header in like 90th minute to win the game, hat trick, which is like crazy. I think he's like one of the oldest players to get a hat trick. and it's just crazy. And like that was like one of the best games I ever watched for like a Man United fan, or like
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Tom Brady was there. And like Ronaldo's like GOAT of soccer, top two, him and Messi. And I think
Hmm.
Brady, seeing him still like go crazy at his age,
Gave
it
him a
was just like,
little
yeah.
juice.
And then the whole NFL world after the game, him and Ronaldo were talking on the field, and they caught it on video when Ronaldo asked him like, "Are you done?" And he was like he said that, and then it started going all over Twitter, all over like all these media outlets posting it.
So that, and then he said,
And it
didn't
was
he
the
have a
next day.
conversation with Braun too, right? Did
Yeah,
you see that?
I didn't see that, but it was the next day after the soccer game. He said he posted that on Twitter,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I wish he would have went somewhere else though. I just feel like Bucks aren't gonna get it done for him.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean the
think Bucks got
NFC's
better this year. They lost their
he,
guard to the Bengals.
yeah. One of their linemen, I think one of their linemen re-signed though.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, he's smart not to go to the AFC though. So I mean,
yeah. And then
it's
what's his
better to
name?
stay
What's his
there
name's a
than
free agent? I can't think of his name. Goodwin? No, good.
Godwin.
What's his name? Godwin. I think he's a free agent, I believe. And then AB is gone. But I don't know. I just think that team, like, I wish he would have went
I think their running backs are free agents too. No, Fournette and
Fournette.
Ronald Jones. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Probably.
But
I just don't think Tampa got better this year, and like I think a lot of the other teams did.
for sure,
Kind of
you
wish he
have
just
to.
would have went to like I don't know who do you think has the best roster that just needs a QB?
Best roster. I'd say like the Colts or something, but you don't want to go to the AFC. Like if you have your shot, just stay in the NFC.
So like a Niners,
I guess,
Tom
yeah.
Brady's team, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. But yeah, we can move on from NFL.
All right. Moving on. Next is NBA briefly. I think there's like what 14, 15 games left in the regular season, and then we're jumping straight into the playoffs, the playing games and stuff. So we're gonna cover a few teams, and then we're gonna hop into the March Madness stuff because that's mainly what you guys want to hear right now. So first team we're gonna talk about is the Nets, right?
Yep. Scary, I think.
Yeah, they look good. That trade.
I think Ben Simmons too is about to be on smoke when he comes back. I've been saying on
Yeah.
Twitter, everyone's been hating on Ben. He's not playing. Now they got reasons to talk smack, and just I don't think there's been a player in the NBA currently, maybe Russ, that has got this much stuff talked about him and like hated.
Yeah, probably Russ and him. Yeah.
But like, I mean, his playoff performances, like, they weren't terrible. I know he passed up that shot, and that was like the trigger. And like, when they lost that series, like it's just like Philly fans turned on him. But like Philly fans turned on him, and B turned on him, the coaching staff turned on him. And like
Yeah.
they expect him to just come back the next season and like, oh, we're all cool. I don't know. I see why he sat out. I like it because I think Brooklyn is perfect. They need like a defensive lockdown like that, and like he doesn't need a score in Brooklyn. They got scoring options.
Yeah, for sure.
From
just
head
play
to
defense
toe.
and facilitate. Yeah. Push the break.
Kyrie's showing what he can do when he plays, which is he's about to be on smoke in the playoffs.
He dropped 60 today. KD only took 9 shots, and they still won.
That's what I'm saying. Ben's fine. Ben's gonna work out just fine.
But it worked out for Philly too because like
exactly too. Philly got a lot better.
They just needed someone to play and like help Embiid because he was going off. He's been going off this year.
I know. So, when Philly looks good, they look like dangerous. Especially Embiid when he's in that zone, it's like him and Jokic best big men. So it's like they just could expose teams that don't have bigs or can't guard them.
This is the first year in a while that like I can say, I don't know about you, but I can say that the East, I feel like the East top to bottom is better than the West. Like as far as the playoff standings.
You're not wrong, especially with the Lakers, how bad they've been.
Yeah.
People thought they would, come in and be contenders. But yeah, the East, I mean, Miami, yeah. Milwaukee, they just won a championship. Philly, of course, now with Harden and Embiid, and they got good players all around.
Yeah.
Chicago's weird. I think they
Well,
have like
they've had an injury bug, so I'll give them a pass.
yeah, but like when they were hot, they look so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Boston too is weird 'cause any night Tatum and Brown could drop 50.
Hmm.
Um, Cleveland's good. They got
They're
big
young
mid depth
too.
all
Yeah.
day, especially and they just got your boy.
Karis
Um,
LeVert, baby, go blue.
yeah, Toronto's weird. They're just lengthy, but like not like big lengthy. Like they just have a bunch of like 6'9" dudes that are like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Point forwards.
Yeah, and then Brooklyn right now is in the 8 seed, which could probably, even if
They're
they
probably
go
gonna
in
jump up a little
playoffs,
bit.
I think they could beat Miami if they're an 8 seed.
Oh, that's gonna be such a good series, bro. Tyler Hero off the bench has been going off.
Literally, any of those top three would be a fire series. If Brooklyn gets like 8, 7, or 6, like Miami, Milwaukee, and Philly, all those, I think they. I don't know. I think they. I think they're literally the number one team in the East. Especially like we haven't even seen Ben
Brooklyn?
Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right, honestly. Because honestly, in the West, Phoenix, Memphis, Warriors, Denver, when they get healthy, I don't think Utah can win a chip. I don't think Dallas can win a chip. I don't think Minnesota, Clippers,
Like
Lakers.
the top six are good teams, but like after that, it falls off pretty bad.
Yeah. Honestly, I think after the third, it falls off. I think Denver's good though. I don't know. Do you think Utah can win a championship?
Uh, they can.
Or
Just
even do
because
you think
like
Utah can beat any of the top three teams in a series?
mm, I think they could beat Memphis just because they've been together longer. I feel like
Yeah.
their nucleus has been together for a while.
But yeah, I think that's actually a good point. Now the East is on smoke, and they're honestly probably the harder conference.
Yeah.
The Lakers, I think we love it, both of us.
Yeah, we got to break
This is
down the
like
Lakers a little bit.
amazing. They are so bad. Every night, I'll never fail to just like.
I can't watch them. I think I've watched them like twice, and they were only because I bet on them, which I don't know what I was doing.
The craziest thing too is when I see them on the betting odds, and I'm like, they're big underdogs. I'm like, bro, like they should be able to win these games.
They have like no flow to their offense. They don't play defense. You got Westbrook just throwing it off the fucking top of the shot clock.
Their last 5 games, they played the Raptors. They lost. They lost to the Suns. Suns put up 140 on them. They lost to, or actually, they beat the Wizards. The Wizards are
questionable. Yeah.
Yeah. They lost to the Rockets, one of the worst teams in the NBA. And then they lost to the Spurs. But then, like, before that, fucking LeBron went off against the Warriors. So that was pain. But they are so bad. I think everyone, like, I love how finally, like, I think for a while, it was kind of split on, like, Russell Westbrook is good. Russell Westbrook is, like, people would literally, how Russ is playing now, people have been saying for a while. It's just like,
I've been one of those people. I've never been like
I've been like a Russ hater. Like I
didn't think he
the
was
MVP is crazy. I mean the stats, but he's a stat patter. Like he legit. I remember OKC like would yell at his centers for stealing rebounds. So yeah, just their team is just not good. I hope they don't make the playoffs. Could you imagine?
They have like Austin Reeves starting.
Like I like him though. He's the only one I like.
He was good at Oklahoma too, but like if he's starting right now in the NBA, then your team's not good.
Yeah, facts. You're not wrong. The Warriors, I think we should talk about our team.
Our team, yes, sir.
I think right now, like it just showed like once we're healthy. The only thing I'm worried about is lineups because we're not healthy right now. Even right now with like the people that are healthy, I think we both know about like Jordan Poole. I don't know how much longer they could keep him on the bench.
We can't. So they recently made this tweak of putting him in the lineup with Stephen Clay.
Yeah, which they've been cooking.
It's worked. Yeah.
So it's like on paper it looks bad, but I mean when we go in playoffs, I guess we'll really see. But even when everyone does get healthy with Wiseman, with Otto Porter, Even like Gary Payton and everyone. It's just weird because I mean Steve Kerr doesn't really. I feel like he doesn't really like to run like a deep roster in playoffs, but we have so much talent.
We have so many guys.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know who's gonna just like lose minutes or what. But I'm just happy Draymond's back. I think him like that's what like when we've been in our slump, that's our main reason defensively and just like even offensively, like he's such a big difference maker for us.
Yeah, even just holding guys accountable. I feel like no one's on each other's ass like he is. Like
Yeah.
when he wasn't there, no one's like just
Like
on
Steph
each
would
other.
kind of like get on people, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like when Draymond gets, I love when, oh my God, we have to talk about Kuminga.
What? Oh, that dude's a stud.
That dude is, I can't believe the Warriors got him. And like this guy, and even Moody's bro's dropping 30. Like how deep are we? Like, I don't even like, is Moody going to get minutes in the playoffs?
Probably not, but this is just good experience for him.
Facts. I don't know what the deal is with Wiseman. I know he's coming back, but like it's going to be hard to work him in the rotation, especially this late in the year.
I disagree,
but we need,
bro. If you just look like if you're not even a fan of the Warriors and you just look at what we're missing and how we've been struggling, like he's the guy that could just put us over the edge right there.
I agree.
Like, I don't know.
But I get that. But I'm saying like how many more games until he actually can like you think he'll get called up from the Santa Cruz?
Maybe I'd say one more.
What do you think? I was thinking like 7 or I don't know.
No way.
No, I just feel like I don't know. We'll have like what 12 games left in the regular season.
Yeah,
get his cardio back, but and then we're going
just
straight into the playoffs.
Just give him like 10 to 12 minutes a game. That's it.
Yeah, I guess. But do you start him? Bring him off the bench?
You don't start him. I don't think. Bring him off the bench.
Yeah, but a lot of Warriors are Iggy.
Yeah, Iggy. Gary Payton's been hurt. Like
that's what I'm saying. Dude. And like when Gary Payton does play, it's like he's a difference maker. Wiggins has been asked.
Especially, I think Wiggins, bro, with Gary Payton and like the plays he makes with the playoff crowd. Like
that's what I'm saying,
God,
bro.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying. Especially defense. I feel like a lot less calls in playoffs. So he's just gonna be exciting. Like when Curry needs a break or something, or just throw him in there with Poole or I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyone, and it's gonna be fun. What do you think like the Warriors death lineup would be?
Oh my God. It has to be Curry. Oh my God, dude. I don't know. I need time to think about this.
I mean, like we've had some spoiled death lineups, and I feel like we're like the death lineup team when we had like Curry, Clay, Iggy, Draymond, and who's the other one? KD. Like that's nuts. But I think it has to. I don't know. I think Poole has to be on there. I think Clay has to be on there. Draymond. So I don't know who's that missing piece. Like, do we go another like forward or do we go big?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's gonna be tough.
Low key, like Kuminga.
Dude. Yeah, that would be pretty
scary,
crazy,
bro. M4 is scary. But even though the Warriors are set, I think for a long time with these like young players we got. So yeah, we just got to take care of that. Anything else, NBA?
I think that's good for now.
All right, let's try to move into March Madness.
Simple. Yes, sir. It's March, baby.
Yeah, best time of the year. A lot of good matchups. What do you think are the best ones for round one? We have a list.
Yeah, we have a list. We'll go through them a little bit. So the first one is that we wrote down. We know there's a bunch of matchups, so you guys might have your own or might think some are better than these ones, but we're just gonna cover a few that we liked. So the first one is Boise versus Memphis. It's an 8 versus 9 game. I believe it's in the Western the Western region. Yeah, it's the
Boise, Memphis. Yeah, it's in that Gonzaga.
So who do you like in this? Or do you know much about either team?
I don't like Boise.
You don't like them?
I don't like Boise. Memphis is good. It worries me though, because I watched a lot of Memphis early in the season. I know they started bad and they turned it around and were like 10-1.
Yeah.
I think Memphis wins. I just don't. I'm not sold on Boise. I don't think
Boise.
Boise. I think
Yeah,
Memphis is a higher seed.
I haven't locked in my official pick for this, but yeah. So Boise won the Mountain West, which was a actually really good conference this year. And then yeah, Memphis, like you said, they started 9-8 in their last 14 games. They turned it around. They've been 12-2 in their last 14.
Yep.
Um, and that's without Imoni Bates.
That's what I'm saying. Is he out for the season?
I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, they look really good. Right now, I'd say I'd lean Boise. I feel like they're long too, and they can match the physicality of Memphis, but that's not my official pick. But I do like Boise right now. So yeah, you got Memphis, I got Boise. Things might change.
One thing that's really important about that matchup, and I think this is really important for the whole March Madness, especially the first 2 rounds. Free throws.
Yeah,
Boise's the worst free throw team in the tourney. I think they shoot 65% as a team. That's not a good stat to have on your team. I think free throws, and I think turnovers. Obviously, I mean it's basketball, but free throws, especially the first couple rounds, are so important. That'll win you games, lose you games, especially end of games. I think it'll be close, but I think Boise's just such a bad free throw team that I can't pick them. I just don't like them.
There you go.
So yeah, there's my pick, Memphis, and you are still.
I'm leaning Boise, but yeah, not
Okay.
official pick. So the next game we got is going to be Michigan State versus Davidson, and this is, I believe, a 7 versus 10 game.
You can take this one first.
This is also in the West Conference. Yeah, I'll start. So I've watched a lot of Michigan State games this year, and they've been not the normal Michigan State team. They've been very inconsistent. The games that they shouldn't have won, they've won. In the games, or I mixed that up, but they've been very inconsistent. And then Davidson's been really good. I think it's their best team since Curry's been there. They have a point guard who was actually from Michigan State. He was there for 3 years, and then he transferred there this year.
Is it the Foster lawyer or no?
Foster lawyer, yeah. I think he made like 400 threes at Michigan State, and then he made more in this single season.
He is the leading free throw percentage for the tourney. 93.4%.
I know they have a center who's pretty good, and then they have Lee, who's their shooter. My cousin. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Like going into the tournament, I was gonna lean Davidson, whoever they played, because I felt like they're gonna upset whoever. But it's March, and I feel like Izzo. You know what they say, Izzo. He doesn't lose in March, so I think I'm gonna lean Michigan State for now. Right now,
yeah.
If you ask me right now,
so yeah, all my brackets, 3 of them, I have Michigan State winning, and it's for the reason that you just said at the end. Izzo, I don't think he loses this game. Davidson's good. The free throw thing worries me, but I just think Izzo won't crumble. I don't think he loses this game. I think that's like I don't know if Duke were in this, circumstance, or if they had this seed, or like another, even Michigan, I don't know, but I think Michigan State, I think they pull through. But yeah, that's my pick.
Sure. Nice. All right. The third game we have is my team, Michigan versus Colorado State. So Michigan is, I believe, the 11th seed versus the 6. So you want to take this one, or you want me to take this?
Yeah, I think. Well, I know you're a Michigan fan, so I'll let you talk for a while. But I talk a lot of smack about Michigan because you're a fan. But I think most people in the country might have Michigan over Colorado State in this game. In their brackets, I think a lot of people see this as one of the big upsets. Me included. Juwan coming back, I think it's gonna be just better. I don't see a way Michigan loses this. I just think they're a better team, better roster, better coached. You could talk about.
Yeah. So you're adding Michigan. I just want to hear it out of your mouth, So yeah, obviously I'm going with Michigan. So first, this is a terrible matchup for Colorado State. They are a gritty team. I think their tallest guy is 6'8", and then 6'6" in their starting five. Our power forward and center are 6'11" and 7'1". So we're just going to be towering over them. I also think we're a deeper team than they are. And then also this game's in Indianapolis, I believe, which is a bus drive away from Michigan. Colorado State had to take a plane, and they also were having trouble traveling. So the NCAA for some reason wasn't answering or replying them. So they didn't get a flight out till like last night. So they had like today to practice, and then tomorrow or Thursday is the game. But yeah, so I'm definitely leaning Michigan here. I like Colorado State. I've watched a lot of their games this year, but I just think this is a terrible matchup for them, which is unfortunate because I feel like they could have made a little splash in the tournament. But
better run if they, especially it kind of sucks getting Michigan as that 11 seed. I don't really think they're 11 seed team. I think they're a better team than a lot of the higher teams in the tourney. They just didn't have a good season.
Yeah, they had a terrible season. I honestly thought they were going to be in one of the playing games because of how bad of a season they had.
Yeah,
but somehow
a lot of people were calling like bubble
so
team.
Yeah, strength of schedule showed a lot, I guess, and we got the 11 seed. So yeah, we both got Michigan in this one. And then the next game that we want to cover is Providence versus South Dakota State, and that's
this game.
4. What is it? A 4 versus 13.
Yeah, this game was fun.
So I'll start with this one. Providence, they were leading the Big East like all year. I wasn't bought into them. Like I thought they were kind of fraudulent. I don't know. I just didn't think any of their guys, their players were that good. They won a lot of close games, which I guess can benefit them in March if you're used to winning close games. You're gonna have some
100%.
success in the tournament. So yeah, I didn't really think they were that good. And then South Dakota State, I watched a few games of theirs this year. They run like no other. They run. They throw up threes.
They air that thing out.
Yeah, they actually lead the nation in 3-point percentage, which is 45%, which is wild. And so looking at this matchup on paper, I immediately wanted to go with South Dakota State. But then once I've been hearing everyone is on South Dakota State, I don't know. It makes me want to go with Providence because I feel like that's just how it's gonna go.
Exactly. I agree a lot with what you said. One thing that always gets me is like teams in March that could just shoot.
Mm-hmm. It's so fun.
Exactly. Especially when those crowds are back, man, it's a different game. Best 3-point shooting team in the country. That's an important stat. The only thing is like everyone, I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, like there has to be one of those big upsets with 11 and 4. Like it always happens. I feel like a lot of people are like keying this as the upset game, which is making me not want to pick them. So I'm not. Yeah. So right now, but I am borderline. But at the end of the day, I think it's tough.
Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to sprinkle a side bet on South Dakota State, but I don't know.
At the end of the day, I think we might be looking too hard at it. And, Providence might have a better roster, better team, and they'll probably win the game. I have them in most of my brackets winning. I might change it last minute, but as of right now, I have Providence.
Okay, so we both got Providence.
Yeah.
All right. The second to last game we want to cover is Murray State versus San Francisco, which is a 7-10 game in the East region. So Murray State is on a 20-game win streak, and their last loss was on December 22nd, and it was to Auburn, who's one of the top teams in all of college basketball. So that tells you a lot about who they are as a team. San Francisco, they played a lot of good teams this year. They're in the same conference as St. Mary's and Gonzaga. They lost some close games to them. But I think it's going to be a fun matchup of the backcourts in this game. But ultimately, I think Murray State's going to take it. I think they're
That's
just
weird. I
on a
thought you were
hot
gonna pick
streak.
SF. I honestly
I
did.
want to, but I just can't. I can't deny
I
it.
have Murray State in all my I think in 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to tell because it's like when SF plays against Gonzaga, St. Mary's, those are tough teams.
Mhm.
Does it help them by playing tough teams, or Murray's been dominating their conference? I went with Murray. I think Murray has it. It's a tough game. Those 7 and 10s are, I think, one of the hardest ones. And obviously,
Yeah. The
8 or 9s are
8 9s.
50-50 either way. But
Yeah.
like 7-10s just as bad because like some conferences are harder than others, and some teams get overranked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the one game I want to go to next is Loyola and Ohio State. I think this is the upset game. I don't know what the public has on this betting yet, but I really like Loyola. I don't know what they always win me money in March. So before we say anything, I got Loyola. I used to like Ohio State a lot too. They used to be one of my favorite basketball teams with like Aaron Kraft and Jared Sullinger.
They
But
got
that is a
EJ. They
totally
got EJ Liddell. Remember you liked him last
yeah.
year. So yeah, I know Ohio State's been having an injury bug as well. So I'm not sure who's going to be on the court for them, if they're going to be fully healthy or not. But yeah, I think I'm with you right now. I've seen a couple games from Loyola this year, and I bet on them a handful of times. They didn't win me as much money as I'd like, but this, when it got to the conference tournament, they turned it around. Like it was like a switch. They played unreal defense and they just put it together. And then obviously it's the tournament time now, so I think they're going to turn it up even more.
Yeah.
So I'll lean with you on that. I think I'll take
They have that
Loyola.
I don't know the guy's name, but you know that white center, the big they have?
It wasn't the same one from last year, was it?
I think it is.
You think it is?
I think he's returning. I like that guy. But yeah, it's tough. It's March. One thing we had to, so we both have Loyola.
In that game, yeah.
Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Upsets, any like big upsets of like higher seeded teams. I think
in the first round.
Yeah, first round.
Okay.
I think Rutgers still play either tomorrow, right? To who gets that game?
Yeah, they play tomorrow.
Yeah. If Rutgers beat Notre Dame, I think Rutgers beat Alabama. But if they lose to Notre Dame, I don't think Notre Dame beats Alabama. I know that doesn't make sense, but in my head it does.
Yeah, it's all about matchups. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
I think I'll just go through 3 of mine. I think Virginia Tech can beat Texas. I don't like Texas at all. They're like another team. I don't like Texas at all. In Texas fashion, I think they lose this game. And I don't know. I don't like Duke.
So you're saying
I think if any 2 seeds, loses, that's the thing though. Like if any 2 seed come to the tourney not ready and they lose their game, it's going to be Duke. But Fullerton, I don't think it's a good enough team to beat Duke, so I'm not taking them in anything. I wish they got a tougher 15 or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. I guess
any of those you agree with, or?
Yeah, I agree with the Rutgers one because Alabama can struggle a lot because they live and die by the 3. They run the floor, run the fast break. Rutgers does a good job playing defense. So I think Rutgers can pull off the upset there. Who else are we looking at here? I think Virginia Tech. I'm with you on that. Texas, they're
Texas.
They got a lot of transfers and recruits, but they couldn't put it together this year for some reason, or as good as everyone thought. Who else we got here? I think another one I like is, I'm not saying they're gonna win, but Colgate versus Wisconsin.
Oh, Colgate. You think Wisconsin's gonna lose?
I'm not saying I think they're gonna lose, but I'm saying they're most likely out of all these big upsets. So they're nothing without Johnny Davis, and if you can shut him down, they're not a very good team. So yeah, that's one I'm gonna keep an eye on. So this isn't in our list, but
I think LSU could lose to Iowa State.
okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to look right now. Any other ones I'm thinking of? We talked about if South Dakota airs it out and they just have a good game, they could beat Providence. Just glancing through real quick. I don't think Kansas loses. I don't think Baylor loses. St. Mary's could lose.
So no shot. So give me 3 teams that you're really high on. They don't have
For
to
the tourney?
necessarily have to make your Final Four or whatever, but just 3
Okay.
teams
High
that
on teams. I think UCLA is a better team than they've been the last month. I think my boy Jaime is one of the best underrated players in the country. I think UCLA could go on a run. I think if they win, I think they'll win this against Akron. I think they could beat St. Mary's. And then after that, they would have to play probably Baylor or winner of North Carolina Marquette. I think they could beat Baylor. I know Baylor's D is crazy, but I think UCLA come to play.
Baylor's had some injuries too that can catch up to them, so I'm kind of worried about that for them.
Another team I'm high on. Obviously Kansas. I have them winning one of my three brackets. I think they have one of the best players in the country. I think they're just a good team, top to floor. I think you said it earlier. They're 2 to 4. Or what'd you say?
Yeah, they're their wings. They're 2 through 4. I feel like they have the best in the country. So yeah.
Oh, Arkansas as well. Almost forgot about them. I love Arkansas. Those are my 3 probably that I would like to see win the tourney.
Nice. Yeah.
Anyone else on you?
Building off that, yeah. So I'll agree with you. I love Arkansas. They won a lot of close games this year, tough games. I love how their team's built. They have a great coach in Musselman. Their team's built around a bunch of transfers from other schools. So they know how to play high level basketball. So I like them. They play really good defense. The second team I like is St. Mary's. Obviously, kind of biased because they're from around here. But I think they take care of the ball. They play good defense. No one ever really talks about how many bigs they have and how talented their bigs are. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. And they're one thing that they do really well is they control the tempo. So they force teams to play at their speed, at their pace. That's how they beat Gonzaga. They slowed the game down. They didn't make any mistakes, and they grinded it out. So I think they're gonna make a little run.
I agree. Yeah, there is one more team that I forgot.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Iowa.
I like Iowa a lot.
I love Iowa.
They have a top player in the country too, and then they got boys that air that thing out.
Yeah,
I think they're a good team. They have one of the most efficient offenses in the tourney. I think they're right there with Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is like 121.8 and they're 121.5.
Yeah, so
Purdue too. I like Purdue. But yeah, I just wanted to say that before.
Yeah, I like Iowa too. Keegan Murray's a stud. I think he's going to be great in the league. His twin brother is really good too. He comes off the bench and he'll probably come back next season for Iowa, and he's going to be their go-to guy probably. So I like them. But my third team that I'm very high on also is Villanova. I know they're a 2 seed, so they already got a lot of praise. They won the Big East tournament. But yeah, again, kind of like Arkansas, they have the experience. They have a great coach. They make the right plays and play defense. They're not the biggest team. They're not the fastest team, but they make all the right plays. And you see it time in, time out, time again. Villanova's always deep in the tournament, so they're used to this. So yeah,
I think Villanova next round would be even a really good game too, if Loyola gets in. I think
they have problems. Where they have problems, Villanova is against Tennessee, because Tennessee's a really good team.
Yeah,
but here's
so you're assuming Michigan doesn't get past Tennessee?
I think that's going to be a great bigs matchup, but we'll see. March is a whole different season, so we'll see.
I feel like one thing too that we didn't name. I mean, we didn't name a lot of the top defenses for teams teams we like. I mean, Texas Tech, clamps. San Diego State,
San Diego State,
Tennessee. I mean, we talked about Tennessee. I think those are the 3 top defensive teams in the country for like statistically. It's kind of funny we both don't have. I don't think any of us had any of those 3 on our team of like the Final Four.
I know San Diego State, like, they're so good on defense that they struggle on offense. I do have respect for Tennessee. I think they could make a run, but I just like Villanova better.
I have it. Who's in Texas Tech's side?
It's
I think they could go. They could be a dark horse team.
It's Gonzaga and Duke. It's the West region.
I think they could be Duke. I think they could be Duke. They could be Gonzaga.
So
the only thing about Gonzaga, I feel like we have to talk about
Gonzaga. You want to talk about them as a team, or you want to go into this next question?
Well, one thing they are the most efficient team in the country, so that's the thing. But I think to beat them, I think we both know is limiting their possession, slowing the game down.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that?
I
don't know. That's the only thing that worries me. I don't think Memphis is a team that can slow it down.
No, but I think they have a chance because of their bigs can compete with Gonzaga. But
we'll get into that question. Yeah, that question.
Yeah. So the next question, you can answer first. In your opinion, which 1 seed is likely to lose first? And it doesn't have to be the first round. It can be the second or third. Who, just out of the 4 1 seeds, who do you think is likely to lose first?
It's tough because I think Memphis, the team that'll contest the team. I want to answer this right. The team that'll give them the scariest second round, I think, matchup is Gonzaga in Memphis. If Memphis lose, I think Gonzaga's gonna run right through Boise. That's assuming they beat Georgia State, Gonzaga, but we're just saying. Another 1 seed would be Baylor. I think they would probably have to lose against a UCLA or St. Mary's. I don't think they lose in the first 2 rounds for sure. I don't think North Carolina could beat them or Marquette, and Norfolk State is definitely not, brother. And then we go on the other side, Kansas. I think the second round matchup will be tough if San Diego State beat Creighton. They have a really good defensive team. If Kansas struggles offensively, we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
They could lose that game. That actually might be the hardest second round matchup. I think that's a really tough second game matchup for a 1 seed. And then who's that other? Oh, Arizona, TCU maybe. Who do you think's the weakest 1 seed out of all 4?
The weakest? I'd say Kansas or Baylor. Baylor only because of their injuries. Kansas, I just think because they're not that deep as a team, and their point guard's not really that good. So,
yeah. Am I crazy for the look? I'm looking at this right now, and I feel like Arizona has a cakewalk to the Elite 8 Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's good. Illinois can give them problems with their bigs, but I think they're just deeper and better.
Yeah, I think bigs. Arizona has the longest team in the country. Pause.
Yeah, they have like 3 7-footers, I think. So my team. So who are you riding with, or that you think is most likely to lose? Did you say Baylor?
Most likely to lose, I think Baylor, because that's the thing though. Baylor, I think UCLA beats Baylor. Or I think UCLA beats Baylor. I think they're the first 1 seed to go down. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with the UCLA. I'm gonna put my chest out.
So yeah, like you, I was gonna say Gonzaga versus Memphis, but I don't think that's likely to happen.
The more I look at it, I just don't think
Gonzaga the earliest I'm willing to take is Kansas versus San Diego State. Just because of the defense, but
I think I'm biased there too.
Yeah, I mean we both could be wrong. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I think Achai is just. I love him. I think he's my favorite player in the tourney.
I love it. Yeah, he's a stud.
He's a bucket. He is a. I just love the way he plays. I think
Yeah.
too. One thing
He's got
like
a
once
pure
he gets,
shot.
yeah, when it gets down, when I watched him this year, when the tough games come and it's like 2-point game, tie game, and then going to the a couple minutes left in the game, he'll not scared. He'll take over. I
Yeah,
look at these other teams. and I don't know who will do that.
I thought he should have went to the draft last year, but he tested the waters and came back, and it's working out for him because we'll get into it later, but he made the All-American first team.
Yep.
So anyways, next question we want to cover. I guess I can take this one, but who do we each have making the Final Four? Obviously, right now it could change by the next time we record, or it could change by tomorrow. Who knows? But as of right now, who do we each have making the Final Four?
I think we each kind of did like two of each like section, right?
Of each region, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I did the same thing as you. I don't know if
it's technically not an Elite Eight because they could run into each other sooner.
Yeah.
Like Arkansas and Gonzaga, I wrote those two down for the West region, but they could run into each other in the third.
You want to go through yours first?
Yeah. Do you want to say cover it like that, or just do you want to choose?
Final Four? I had for that section. I had Arkansas and Gonzaga as well. I think I think it's obvious one of those two come out. The next one might shock a lot of people, but I don't think Baylor comes out of that. I think UCLA or Purdue does.
Ooh, so okay. So I'm differing you on this one with both.
Yeah. Who do you have?
So I have St. Mary's or Kentucky.
Ooh, crazy. None of us have a 1 seed Baylor. I think it's just with the injuries and everything.
It's a tough region, though. That's a really tough region.
Okay. The next region.
I'll take the next
one. Do you have Zona as well?
Yeah. So I have Zona and Nova. So Arizona and Villanova.
I have Zona and Tennessee.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And then I think the third, I don't think we have the same.
Go ahead.
I got Kansas, obviously, and Iowa.
So do I.
Ooh. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so yeah, jumping into the next section, we talked about a little bit. Today they dropped the All-American first team. So it's Keegan Murray from Iowa, Kofi Coburn from Illinois, Johnny Davis from Wisconsin, Oscar Tshiebwe from Kentucky, and then Ochai Ajabi from Kansas.
Yep.
So all studs. My favorites on the list are Ochai and Keegan. I think they're both going to be really good players in the league. And they're both not actually. None of these guys are freshmen, so that's cool to see.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think my favorite of course is Ochai, as I already said. I just love him. Second, I don't know. This could be the difference in like. I think one of these teams, like, I don't know about Illinois. I don't think Illinois makes it out. Iowa, if Keegan goes crazy, like a little Jalen.
So
Suggs
Illinois,
run,
one thing, Illinois they could just because they have shooters and Kofi in the middle, but their shooters get really streaky, so that's their only chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. Kind of crazy that Gonzaga didn't have anyone, right? In the one Baylor didn't have anyone. Yeah,
Gonzaga
the second
had two guys on the second team. Yeah.
Or
Chet and Drew.
Yeah. Drew, and then Purdue had someone in second team, and then Arizona didn't have anyone in first team. They had Bennett in the second. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait for it to start. It's always I already know there's going to be crazy upsets that we haven't even both mentioned yet.
I know.
But yeah, we can. Anything else, or do you want to move on?
I think that's good. We can hop into the mini games we came up with. So the first one we want to do is we're gonna name some players and talk about them each, whether or not they are a star or they're going to be a star or a bust. And these are specifically going to be NFL prospects. So if you guys haven't been keeping up, these are going to be NFL draft prospects coming up. So the first one we're going to talk about is Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame.
I think everyone in the country has him as yes.
Yes, absolute star. This guy can cover.
Yeah.
He can tackle. He's
Speed,
tall,
big, everything. He checks every box.
People were talking bad because he ran a 4.6, but like, I mean, he can
I think
stride
he plays faster than he runs.
Yeah, game speed. Yeah, game speed.
Exactly. You watch him on the film and he pops off at you. It's kind of crazy though that like a lot of people are saying that like you can't take a safety that high in the draft. It's like weird shit like that. But I think he's like, you know, one that comes around every 1 to 5 years. So I think we're both on like 100% yes. I think he's probably the most likely to be like a all pro on this list than anyone else in the draft. Maybe sure, yeah. I don't know who else.
But I'm with
you. So
yeah,
I think both yes.
Who do you want him to draft him? Like, where do you want to see him land? Because obviously we don't want to see him on like the Giants or the Jets.
Yeah, so the Jags won't take him 1. The Lions, I don't think they could take him 2. I would probably take him 2. And then you look at the Texans. The Texans, I don't know. They'll probably they could get him. They just lost Justin Reed. The Jets, I feel like that kind of Robert Saleh might try to get a defensive star.
Oh, they just lost Marcus May too.
Yeah,
to the Saints. I think
that could be a play if they take him early. The Giants, I don't know. The Giants need a lot.
Maybe the
Panthers.
Eagles. I don't know.
Panthers make sense.
Yeah, I just want him to go to a good team where he can succeed. But
I think you're right.
All right. The next 2 players are cornerbacks. So we're gonna go with the top 2 cornerbacks. It's Derek Stingley and Sauce Gardner. What do we think?
It's so tough. I put yeah for both. I think they'll both have good careers. I think Derek Stingley's more lower or has a higher floor.
Okay.
But I think Sauce Gardner has a higher ceiling.
Sauce is, dude, I like even just watching his game against Jameson Williams, like the dude does it all. Like he's not afraid to tackle, he covers well, he's fast, he's long. Like
his 40 time could have been better, but he plays faster than it's like the Kyle Hamilton. I think there's certain positions that like 40 time might matter, but I don't know. I just think he's legit. I don't know. Would you rank them one higher than the other?
I think I don't know. Like I like Sauce better, but I mean Stingley, like he's been that dude for forever. So I guess it could be 1A, 1B type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I
wonder where they'll go.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I don't know. I don't think not that many mock drafts has them going both in the top. I think they're around like the 10 mark, 10 to 11. This one I'm watching has Stingley going 14th to the Ravens. I kind of like that.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
I think, yeah. I think too, I don't know why, but I feel like if you're a bad team and you've been struggling for a while, like the Giants, like the Giants, like the Giants have two picks or 3 picks they have the 5th and the 7th.
3. Isn't there 2 teams that have like 3 picks in the first round this year?
They have the 5th and the 7th. I draft both of them motherfuckers. One of you guys are gonna be all pro.
That would be crazy.
Lockdown. But yeah, I think Sauce, like I think if you're a team and you've been bad for a while and you want to get like a good corner, you need a good corner, get Stingley.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you can afford to get someone that has a higher ceiling, that could be like a Revis or, I think Sauce is the way to go. It's tough, but I think both of them will be good. Hopefully they don't go like if they go on a bad team. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we can move on. I think you have your boy next, Drake London.
Yeah, Drake London, which a lot of people might be surprised because me and you, well, people don't know, but me and you are both Oregon fans. So I'm a huge Drake London fan, which is kind of crazy to see since he's on USC. But I don't know. I just love the way he plays. He was a basketball player too, committed to play both sports at USC, and then he just committed himself to playing football. I think his sophomore or junior year,
Mhm.
which turned out good for him because he was a stud. His ball skills are crazy. You could tell he's a basketball player, just jumping up and getting everything. He's had some
Yep.
sick one-handed catches. And then he fractured his ankle at the end of the season, cut his season short. But I've seen he's been working out again, so that's good for him. But I think he's gonna be good, like kind of like a Mike Evans type or Mike Evans build at least.
Do you? I'm trying to pull up his 40 time.
I don't know
Do you remember what it
if he
was?
ran it. I don't think he
Oh
ran
yeah,
it because
I think you're right.
his
Actually,
ankle.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Um, I think there's a better receiver in the draft than him. At Ohio State, Chris Olave. I
Mm.
think for me, for the answer for like yes or no, I put
Okay.
yeah. It's hard. I think his ball skills are really good. Um, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just
I
don't. I
think
just
he's
don't,
so I think he's just gonna be that reliable target. I think he's gonna be a star, obviously, but I'm a little
yeah.
biased. But he's gonna go to a team and be like that reliable guy that, a lot of guys, a lot of people, a lot of teams want these like speed guys and eye popping things, but quarterbacks like someone who's reliable, right?
Reliable,
So
catch the ball. Yeah.
yeah,
You're right.
someone you
Yeah.
can lean on. So I think he can be that guy. So we'll see. But
I hope he goes to the right place too.
yeah, all the guys we
God
like, we want
forbid.
to see go to the right place. We don't want to see him
Yeah.
get screwed over, like our boy Mariota. But we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. I guess we'll cover the quarterbacks. I don't know how many of them you want to cover. I don't know how much time we have. Do you know what time we started?
Just no, but I think we're good. One thing I wanted to say, Chris Olave. What is your
So you probably won't like my take. I've seen a lot of mocks with the Raiders getting him. I'm not mad at, but I think we could get someone else. So I think he's good. He does think everything well, but not. I feel like he doesn't do anything like
great?
great. He reminds me of like I don't know,
OBJ.
like a Marvin Jones. Yeah, like a OBJ. Not
I kind
like
of see some similarities to OBJ. I don't know. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's electric. He makes plays, and I like him more than Drake London. So I guess we'll see who has a better career. We could probably make a bet on that later. But yeah, I think both of them. Hopefully, they go to a good team that'll air it out. The quarterbacks. I don't know how many you wanted to do. I think
yeah,
we
I'm
should
not sure.
do. I think we should do maybe the top three.
Okay, for sure.
Who do you want to
Um,
start with first?
we'll start with Malik Willis. I think he has the most potential out of the quarterbacks. Obviously he played at Liberty, who's not as big as the other schools that these other quarterbacks went to, besides Carson Strong. He
Yeah.
went to Nevada. But yeah, he's got all the tools to be great. I think I know we've been saying this a lot, like it depends where these guys go, but I think for quarterback, like that matters the most. Depending, it
100%.
depends. It depends where you go. Like
I mean, that happened with Mariota. We talked about Mariota at
you
Tennessee.
can be a
You get,
lineman and go to a bad team and like you'll do fine, right?
yeah,
But a quarterback, you have to be in a system where you're you're put in the best position to succeed. Um, like you said, Mariota, he had so many different offensive coordinators. His best target in how many years was only Delaney Walker. Like,
yeah.
and people want to say he's trash. Like, I don't know. We could get into this in
Took
a
that team to
whole
the
a different.
playoffs like on his back. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's not forget. I think he has the highest ceiling by far. I get superstar vibes. We just won't know until he starts on said days. That's the
yeah,
thing with him.
for sure.
Athlete, has an arm. I think he's a better passer than Lamar. Obviously, I think we all agree.
Yeah,
He's still an athlete. I don't think he's as good an athlete as Lamar. I don't think anyone is. But I think if he goes to a good team, he'll probably. I'm looking like a rookie of the year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my. I think we should say 4 quarterbacks actually.
Okay.
I think.
So let's go with the next one.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Kenny Pickett, right?
Yep.
Pitt quarterback. I think he's the most NFL ready quarterback out of the 4. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like his ceiling's not that high. But I could be wrong. Again, depends where he lands. I think I wouldn't say he's gonna be a bust, but I'd lean more bust than star. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't know. He's gonna be in the middle for me. I can't say star or bust.
It's crazy. He actually had a good 40, which is I feel like I didn't see that on tape. I think out of I have him 3rd on the quarterback list.
Of the 4?
Yeah.
Or just in general? I guess.
Yeah. Because he'll go higher. I think Malik will go. I think Malik's going the highest. I think Malik could go like probably top 10. I think Pickett will probably. It's weird too, because he could slide if teams don't need him. But I don't like him. I don't think he's in. I think he's gonna be one of them. I'm getting Kirk Cousins vibes.
Ooh.
And all the batteries in Kirk Cousins. I don't know. I just don't like him.
The glove bothers me. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah,
but
I don't like him. So we'll see. If he goes to the right situation, Mac Jones, you never know.
yeah.
I think. Do you want to go Nevada boy or do you want to go other boy?
Who? There's Desmond Raider, Matt Corral.
I was saying Matt Corral.
Okay, we could talk about Matt Corral. So I remember him because I watched like all the Elite 11, and I remember when he was in high school and was on that.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. He's good. I don't know if he's an NFL starting quarterback though, or if he's a star.
That's all I'm saying. I like his ceiling more than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I can agree.
I get I don't know, just I like the way his decision making questionable sometimes. But I don't know, something about him when I look at him, I get like this guy could be really, really good. It's getting like star vibes.
Yeah.
But
I think he's a better thrower than I want to say he's a better thrower than Malik Willis, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the last one, who do you want to cover?
I was thinking where's he at?
Ritter or Strong or Howell?
Nevada. Carson
Strong.
Yeah.
So he's a tall quarterback. I'm pretty sure 6'4", 6'5".
I watched him throw. He looks good.
Yeah, he looks good. Last year he had a good year too, and then this year, I don't think he was as good of a year, but he had another pretty good year.
Yeah. His is like I get weird vibes too.
Yeah.
I think he'll need us probably. I think most of these guys need to sit a year, but I don't know. I watch him throw it sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, this could be like a really good quarterback at a bad school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like him better than Desmond Raider from Cincinnati.
Me too. I honestly like him 3rd. I think
Carson Strong 3rd over who? Corral or Pickett or?
I think I'm gonna say. I think Corral 2nd. Actually, no, I might flip them too. I might flip them. I might have Nevada boy 2nd.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna go Willis, Pickett.
I just don't like Pickett. I just don't want to put him there, so I'm gonna just hate on him.
Strong and Corral, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
All these are probably going to change for us anyways.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get later, closer to draft, more research. But yeah, we have another game I thought of. Washed or not washed. This could any sport or anything. First, I think it's only right. Coming back from retirement, his age, is Tom Brady washed, or you think he can still win a Super Bowl?
I think he can still win a Super Bowl, especially in the NFC. It's not wide open, but it's definitely more open than the AFC. I'm not gonna say he's washed. So
I don't think so. I don't think
so
you ever
I'll
count
say
out. You can't count
yeah.
out the GOAT like that.
I'll
Like
say not washed.
I don't even think it's close. Um, I think even like even that Rams game, that throw over Jalen Ramsey, like he still got it. Like it's obvious the most probably one of the biggest competitors in the league. I think he's still good. He needs a good team around him. I think we know.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do it by himself. The only thing that like I just don't think Tampa Bay got better, and that's what worries me. And I think a lot of the top teams in the NFL got better or getting better. We'll
You
see with the
have to,
draft what
yeah.
happens. But the AFC West got a lot better. They're scary. I even think the Niners without Jimmy will be better. If the Packers can draft good and keep Devontae, I think they could be better. I think they had a really bad matchup with the Niners, but yeah, I don't know. I think Brady's still good. I kind of wish he just went somewhere else. I don't know why. Just give it like one more run. But no, definitely not washed.
Cool. We're both on the same page. All right.
Yeah.
So next one, we have 5, by the way. We're just gonna keep it to 5. I think we're running out of time, so we're gonna keep it quick. The next one we got is Russell Westbrook. I'm pretty sure we're both gonna agree on this one.
Yeah.
Washed AF. Washed.
Everybody knows. I think a lot of people have been saying this for years. Me, one of them. He's not it. You can't win with Russell Westbrook. It shows it. It sucks, but I think like all the stuff he's saying in the media, like he talks more than any other player I think I know. And all of a sudden he's sad because people are saying Westbrook, which is hilarious. It's funny that it's getting to him. You know how much stuff LeBron gets talked about his name?
Yeah.
It's just he's not good. I think that was one of the biggest mistakes I think the Lakers made. So yeah, they're gonna try to get rid of him this offseason. If they don't make playoffs, Laker fans are gonna eat him alive. They already are. They already hate him. But yeah, I think everyone's known for a while. But those stat patterns just
the Laker fans didn't want to believe it. They thought it was the trade of the century.
Oh my god, we got Melo,
the
Russ,
big 3,
AD, Bron. Like, all right, buddy. Next, Conor McGregor, switching to UFC. We talk a lot about UFC, by the way. We'll talk more about it in the future. But McGregor, what do you have?
I'm gonna say not washed. I don't think he was as good as he was at 145. But I won't say he's washed. I think he's still do some things.
I think washed is like to say about Conor is an overstatement. He's like, top 5 in that division. He can go and beat anybody. But the thing is, I'm gonna say yes. I think Conor's best days are behind him. And like Conor fans, I think they're starting to realize slowly but surely he's not a complete fighter. I think we all knew that. On his run, he had really good matchups, I think, and he was. But you ever heard the saying? We always say, "A hungry dog runs faster."
I actually have not heard that saying.
Anyway, he's the most wealthy MMA fighter, probably by far. When he was on his come up.
So you're saying he's not as hungry? Like, there's no reason for him to like, because he already accomplished everything he needed to, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he would start, like, his weight cuts were crazy. He's not gonna weight cut like that anymore to try to be, the biggest guy in that division. But yeah, I think his best days are behind him. Any good wrestler is running through him, I think, unless he gets like catches him. So yeah, I'm gonna say wash. We could go through quick.
For sure. If you guys hear a screaming baby, she just woke up. So yeah, I think that's the first one we disagree on, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is we're staying in the UFC, Jorge Masvidal. You want to go first?
Yes. Jorge's washed. Wash is crazy to say. Him and Connor are not washed. They're elite fighters at their division. But if we're talking about championship level, they're not making that. I don't think Jorge who has Jorge? I know I'm gonna say who has Jorge beat. I just don't like Jorge. Colby, I knew Colby was gonna run through him. Easiest money I've ever made in my life. Usman, same thing. The young studs coming up in that division, I don't think he wants smoke with.
Hamzat Chimaev. I'll lean with you on this one. I think he's more washed than Connor is for sure.
The amount he gets paid, him getting paid more than Colby's crazy to me. Colby would be champ if it wasn't Usman, but Usman's better. But I don't think he can compete with those guys. I think he needs the right matchups to look good. I think the Ben Askren, like, that was crazy and like really high like level for him to know that Ben's gonna shoot if he like rushes in like that. But like part of me thinks like if he didn't catch Ben with that knee, I think Ben would have won.
Yeah, I think about that too. Like, would it be the same thing? Like, would he just out wrestle him, just take him to
That's
the
what I'm
mat
saying.
the whole time?
I think like when if you put a really high level wrestler in there, I mean that's easier said than done because you can put most fighters with a really elite wrestle and they can't compete. But it's just like that's just the way of the game now. Like you're seeing all these dudes like, Hamza and all those brothers, even Khabib in his prime, like Usman, Colby. Their wrestling is like you can't not have wrestling anymore.
Cejudo when he was in there, yeah.
Like it's such a high level now. That's what I'm saying. DC John can take people. Like you know what I mean. Like it's kind of crazy. I think it's gotten to the point where wrestling's taken over. But yeah, I don't think he's all that. I think he'll beat people that match up with him that'll stand with him. I think he'll beat him. But when you throw these high level grapplers on him, I don't think he can compete. It's like not even close. Like I think Colby ran through him. I know he caught Colby in like the 4th round, but I just think his best days are behind him.
I'm with you. All right, so let's get to the last name of this game. We got going to football. We got Baker Mayfield, washed or not washed?
I think I never liked Baker coming out, and I still don't.
So you're gonna say
there was times last season watching the game, I'm like, holy, you are bad. You are not good. He was really injured though, so you can give him a pass, I guess. But the Browns know it. That's why they're talking to Deshaun. Everyone knows it. You can't. He's a good quarterback. He's a starting caliber quarterback in the league, but like bottom tier starting quarterback. You can't win playoff games with them. It's just that simple.
So I liked him at one point when he was at Oklahoma. But yeah, in the NFL, I slowly lost interest. I wasn't as much of a fan because, all the excuses, all the commercials, all the losses. No, yeah, I just didn't really care for him anymore. But I'll lean with you.
You know what's crazy though? I just thought of. I hate Baker probably more than anyone, but if somehow Deshaun goes to the Browns, what if Baker went to like the Colts? I think he could be really good there. I know their offense isn't good, but I think their defense can carry them.
Yeah, but is that much of a difference than like Carson Wentz?
I think he's a step above Carson Wentz.
And we'll get into that right now.
A tiny step. Yeah. All right, yeah.
Or coming up. I guess they're not in the same question we have, but we have a few would you rathers. This one's going to be quarterback edition. So the first one is, would you rather start a team with Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, or Kirk Cousins?
This is tough. I'll say right away, I know I'm going to sound biased because I'm a Niner fan.
Oh, no, you're not, dude. No, you're not.
Jimmy G's the best option there, buddy.
If you're starting,
I think a healthy Jimmy G. Jimmy G hasn't been healthy in a while.
I think I'd take Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, dude. Okay, I'm gonna say one thing right here. Carson Wentz, they gave him away. They gave him away. A starting quarterback for like a 3rd-round pick is giving away. Kirk Cousins' own teammates don't like him. They're leaving town. No one likes him. Everyone knows Kirk. The coach don't like Kirk Cousins. Nobody likes Kirk Cousins. Jimmy G, everywhere he's gone, his teammates like him. He has the best winning record. I know he was on the Patriots. And I know he was on the Niners. He came to a Niner team that couldn't win. And we had 2 wins that year, and he got traded, and we went on that run. We didn't make the playoffs because it was like he didn't have enough games to make the playoffs, but we went on that winning streak, and everyone was hyping up, oh, Jimmy G. I know you remember that. They're like, oh, my God, his release. When he was healthy before he tore his ACL.
I think it was only Niner fans hyping him up. No one else bought into it, to be honest.
Nah. People were like, oh my God, Bill Belichick wanted to keep Jimmy, and Tom Brady drove him out of town. Anyway, Kirk Cousins is dog shit. I think we both know. Carson Wentz is dog shit.
I don't want a guaranteed interception a game, is what I don't want. Anyways, I think
wait, real quick. Which one of these guys is the best in the playoffs?
Oh my
Jimmy
God.
Jimmy G was like a throw away from winning a Super Bowl.
He also had the best team, and
I guess
put in the easiest position to succeed.
The Vikings had a good team that 1 year.
1 year.
Well, Jimmy G's year. Jimmy G, when he's healthy, we make the playoffs.
Anyways, I think we should do 2 more. I don't know when we started, but I think we're getting close on time.
Okay. That's fine.
So we can do. We'll just do the next.
I think we do the 2 one.
What? Yeah. We'll do the next 2 and then save the last 2 for another time. So the next one is I'd say a tier above the last quarterbacks we just went over. So would you rather start a team with Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, or Dak Prescott? I guess I can go first. I'll say Derek Carr. And that's not even a bias pick because I don't like Derek Carr. I don't like Derek Carr that much. I just think he's better than Dak and Baker Mayfield. Look at the receivers Dak has versus Derek Carr.
You know what's crazy? And how you just said these guys are a tier above the other one.
What, you don't think so?
No, I don't know. Part of me I might want to take a Jimmy G over Derek Carr.
You're just biased now.
I hate that. Derek Carr is not good. But on here, I wrote Carr or Dak. I think Mayfield's obviously the odd man out. Do you think Mayfield's better than Jimmy? Seriously?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, we'll move on. I'll pick Carr or Dak. I'll be honest. I'll pick Carr or Dak.
Okay. All right. Last one.
Both are shit.
Okay. Last one. This isn't necessarily a tier, but we're just gonna go with the young quarterbacks. So would you rather start a team with Tua, Justin Fields, or Jalen Hurts? You can go first.
Honestly, kind of tough, but I picked Fields.
Yeah, this one's tough. You picked Fields. I think I'd go with Fields too.
I think Fields has it. Actually, I don't know, but I was gonna say Fields has he had a terrible situation in Chicago.
Yeah,
I don't think they put him in a good place to succeed. The coach, everything from top to bottom.
It's probably gotten worse now that Allen Robinson's gone.
Yeah, but I don't know the way their GM's low-key looking. The Mac deal, I know this up, but I saw 2023. I think they'll have the most cap space, which is cool. It sucks because Chicago used to be such a good team, but to go quick, I don't know. Tua, maybe Mike McDaniels can change him around. But Hurts, I think everyone knows Hurts is really a really good, good.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't know. He won't win you games. He won't lose you games. He's there. He's cool. I think he's cool. I like him. I think he's a good guy. But
yeah, I would say he's the best leader too out of all 3 of these guys.
But with talent, I think Fields by far with both of them.
I'm with you.
All right.
I am with you.
We can end it there.
Cool. Yeah. So that wraps up episode 1.
Perfect. All right. Thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, we're probably going to try to come out weekly. We're definitely going to put this one up on YouTube. We're going to try to get on Spotify and iTunes or Apple Music or whatever you listen to podcasts eventually. But yeah, you can talk about our socials.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So obviously the full episodes are going to be posted on our YouTube. It's going to be the full name. So at the Sus-essful podcast. So it's sus dash and then ESSFUL. And then we have an Instagram page where we've been posting like our betting, our bets and our sport bets and our winnings. We might start even posting at the beginning of the days, like in the morning, like our pick of the days or our picks. If you guys want to DM us, shoot us a DM asking who we have in whatever games. If you guys want input, especially with March Madness going on. We also want to do the same thing with Twitter. We want to create a Twitter page because we can, I think our outreach on that platform is going to be more or better than Instagram. We can reach more people. So stay on the lookout for that. And then we also have a TikTok we haven't posted anything on. But
The Sus Pod.
Yeah, so all of these except the YouTube is going to be the Sus Pod, a little bit shorter than our full name. So yeah, we're going to be posting as well on TikTok, like more content as far as like same thing, our picks, maybe just funny stories or clips from our episodes here. So yeah.
But yeah, we're posting a lot of bets. We've both been gambling a lot lately, especially now March Madness is about to be even crazier. We're already been hitting some crazy parlays, crazy odds. So yeah, we have a lot of good picks. A lot of people already, we haven't put out a video yet. This will be our first video, but a lot of people already been reaching out. They've been seeing our picks and like, asking us. So don't be afraid to reach out. Well, yeah, we'll for sure probably do like daily picks or like our weekly games, things like that. If you have anything, you can DM us for sure. We'll get back to you right away. Even not sports thing. If you have funny questions or funny things, just right now we're locked in. Yeah. Right. You think your boyfriend's cheating on you, let us know and we'll tell you. But
yeah,
right now we're just
crazy though.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
We want to keep it a little PG.
Yeah, and we could keep it anonymous. But yeah, right now we're just locked into sports. It's just that time of the year. So thank you guys for listening. This is our first episode. If you made it this far, thank you. Signing out.
Thank you guys. Later.